The deaths began quietly and suddenly. An elderly woman, still healthy, collapsed after a glass of lemonade. Months later, a gentle night guard died unexpectedly on shift. Then a mother, a brother-in-law, a woman who trusted family ties. All gone without warning. And behind each case, one name kept appearing. Lê Thanh Van. I was the lawyer on this case. I had read hundreds of files and heard dozens of witnesses, but I had never seen such a cold, deliberate pattern of crime. The press called her the Cyanide Witch. As someone who once sat just a few feet away from her in court, I believe that behind that calm smile was a darkness that the law was forced to confront. This was not just another trial. It was a death symphony, orchestrated by the defendant over many years in Saigon, Bien Hoa, and Binh Duong. Today I will tell the full story through the eyes of the lawyer who witnessed it all. Childhood and the first shadows. Lê Thanh Van was born in 1956 in Saigon, into a poor, crowded family. Her father worked as a drainage laborer, her mother as a midwife. When her eldest brother died young, Van became the oldest child in a house of siblings. Poverty and the scars of war forged a hardened, cold, easily irritable girl. Her studies were cut short. After 1975, she enrolled in the Military Medical School of Dentistry, but soon after was arrested for trying to flee the country illegally. She spent 16 months in a re-education camp. When released, she spiraled, impersonating army officers, forging documents, theft. She married Trung Ngia, an official at a Thu Juk factory, and had 2 children. 5 years later, he suddenly died under unclear circumstances. 2 years after, she remarried Chi Thien. He too died, this time in Bien Hoa Hospital. Deaths began clustering around Van, but no one yet saw the hidden hand of murder. A chain of crimes in 1992, working as a maid for the Chung-An family in Ho Chi Minh City, Van prepared chicken noodles for dinner. That night, the family's mother, Hien Mao, collapsed and died. Autopsy results revealed cyanide. Yet with no direct evidence, prosecutors could only charge Van with fraud. She served 4 years in prison. By late 1997, newly released, Van reinvented herself as a dentist trained in Germany, fluent in 7 languages. The lie earned her a spot at Juk Thien's dental clinic in Bien Hoa. She even married one of the employees, Chi Kong, embedding herself deeper into the family. When she overheard Ngoc Tho, Juk Thien's mother, planning to dismiss her son-in-law Kong, Van saw danger. On January 3, 1998, she served Ngoc Tho a lemonade laced with cyanide. Within 30 minutes, the elderly woman collapsed. Van wailed, carrying her to the car, yet still managed to steal 900,000 jong from the household safe. By June 1998, she targeted Trung Thien, a gentle night guard in Binh Duong. She poisoned him, then looted his house, taking another 900,000 jong. A month later, she slipped cyanide into a teapot, killing her mother-in-law Hien Lan and claiming a 2.8 million jong inheritance. On February 24, 1999, her brother-in-law Chi Ngia asked her for medical help. She mixed cyanide into his ointment. He died at Jong Nai General Hospital. Another woman, Zhao Han, was poisoned over lunch but rescued in time. That same night, entrusted to Van's care, she was poisoned again. This time, she did not survive. The murders escalated. On September 4, 1999, she lured Phuc An, director of a Bien Hoa company, on a trip to Tai Tang Pagoda in Binh Duong. Along the way, she spiked his drink. He collapsed beneath a tree. Van feigned panic, then calmly disappeared, taking his expensive motorbike. Names kept piling into the case files. Nan Tin, Tam Juk, Tien Sin, all dead after encounters with Van. When she was finally arrested, police found 2.88 grams of cyanide in her purse, enough to kill 20 healthy adults. Trial and the end. On October 15, 2001, police caught her in Trang Bom, Jong Nai, originally on charges of illegal possession of poison. The trial became a media storm. Van denied everything, blamed her husband Chi Kong, and even faked illness to delay proceedings. But witness testimonies, forensic results, and even fragments of her own confessions painted an undeniable picture. In 2004, the court handed down its verdict: death penalty for 13 murders, plus robbery and illegal possession of poison. At dawn on October 26, 2005, at Bien Hung Hoa Cemetery, the sentence was carried out. Vaughn resisted, cursed the guards, then begged to have her blindfold removed so she could see the sky one last time. Moments later, gunshots echoed. The Cyanide Witch fell, and with her ended one of Vietnam's darkest criminal chapters. The lingering question. For me as a lawyer, the haunting part is not the final sentence. It is the unanswered question. Was Lathan Vaughn a product of poverty, war, prison, and hardship? Or was she simply a cold-blooded killer who relished holding life and death in her hands? All we know for certain is this: wherever Van went, death followed. And now I leave it to you. Do you see her as a victim of circumstance or a murderer born to bring death? Share your thoughts in the comments. This is Mr. Bin's story, Asia's Dark Corners. If you want to keep exploring Asia's most chilling crimes and haunting mysteries, make sure to subscribe and never miss a story.